What is good, my good people? Welcome to Cocktails and Takeaways. It is your girl, Madam Joyce, in the building, and it is episode 1. Oh my god, I have been crying to say that. Do you know how long I practiced that for?
Listen, I know, I can tell.
Listen, welcome to episode 1, guys. I'm so excited for you to be here, and I think it was only right to have one of my favorite people join for episode 1. He is an actor. He is a dancer. He is a Black Lives Matter activist and an all-round bad bitch. It is KOLADE LADIPO in the building. I'm so happy for you to be here. Like, I cannot. And you know what is so annoying, yeah? Okay, let me tell you something. Right now, we should be in our hot pants and hot knickers, enjoying the sun. Right. Sipping on a champagne.
But here we are.
Here we are. Making the shakoids. No, but on the real though, I had plans for you, but I feel like the weather these days, well, this week has just been atrocious.
See, I'm lucky. In Liverpool, it's a little bit bad.
Are you serious?
It only rained for the first time literally last night.
I'm telling you, the weather in London right now is trash. As in, we had a week where it was like, enjoy, but then literally a week after, it was like atmosphere. What is going on?
Baby girl, listen, global woman's real.
Global woman is real. No sponsorship, but global woman is real. No sponsorship, but global woman is real. But it's like, it's very ironic how the weather was trash and then Boris then pushed the backwards. I'm telling you. But it's like, when are we gonna be finally released? That's my question.
Either way, I still shake my ass like I'm on a yacht in Dubai in a song. Like, I still do that. Like,
we will shake our ass in the rain like it's Step Up motherfucking 2 in the building. Like,
that's how it really should be. And I do, and I did, and I have, and I will.
I'm telling you, but honestly, like, I feel like UK generally, if you want to have 100% sun, weather, enjoyment, we're forcing it because the borders have closed, but it's not the place. It's really, really not the place. But how have you been though? Like, how's been, like, obviously June 21st came.
Listen.
They released, no, not June 21st. 17th of May came. They released us.
Sis, let me say something right now.
You must.
First of all, let me just say I am so grateful for the space I'm at in my life right now. I'm just so grateful, literally. When I tell you there's literally nothing in my life that's causing me stress, putting me depressed, like, I'm so grateful. I'm working really hard at work, getting that money up. I'm so fortunate. Oh my God, I can't even say it yet, but like, I literally had a phone interview the other day and I'm literally being booked for my biggest ever role job ever. For like bitch. And when I tell you they pay me, this is the most I've ever been paid ever. What?
You're taking me to Shard? Are you taking me to Shard? Like, what are you saying?
Is that where you wanna go?
Hacker. Like, what are you saying? Are you trying to do hacker with me?
You don't wanna do Shaka Zulu?
You look like Shaka Zulu. you look like the statues there. You crazy. Bitch, you listen, if you're telling me you're getting that check.
I would take it to Paris.
Yes. Yes, let me.
I would take it to China.
Let me find my passport. Let me find my passport in the drawer. I'm just collecting dust somewhere. I ain't traveled in time. But okay, cool. More money, more success.
Amen.
May 21st. Let's go.
July 19th now, isn't it? Anyway, chat. Next month we go.
We move. I'm telling you. I'm absolutely telling you. But I feel like when May 17th came out, I just said to myself, you know what? Lockdown really bothered me. I'm not gonna lie to you. COVID really got to me mentally, and I feel like not going out with people, I didn't realize how much it was so integrated into my nature of just being surrounded by people, being around people that I love, having a good time, and also dressing up. Didn't you miss during lockdown? Didn't you miss just looking fleeky, looking sexy, stepping into the scene like a bad bitch? Didn't you miss that?
See, now, you know me, sis. You know me very well. And you see my Insta stories.
Yes, baby.
Every single time I leave my house, I look good. Like, every single time, like, I can't look trashy anymore. Like, I just can't. Like, to look trashy. Even if I'm wearing tracksuit to bottoms, I still look cute. I'm so sorry. Like, I just can't not look cute. Like, I'm so sorry. COVID's done that to me. But I will say, it's very interesting. The only time when COVID got to me was when we're in the second lockdown just before my birthday in November. And I was at uni and I just didn't like being online uni, and I live in a dungeon. I have a basement flat, so we don't get that much sunlight in there. But really, like, COVID hasn't like stressed me out. Like, it means that like people like just bother me. I'm like, everybody thinks I'm an extrovert, but people actually don't know the definition of an extrovert and an introvert. People think if you're an extrovert, you're an extra person, you have to be louder than. That's not the meaning of an extrovert. An extrovert is someone that gets the energy from other people. An introvert is someone who gets the energy from within. I'm actually an introvert because I don't need people to get my energy. I can sit in a room for 2 years by myself and be lit as fuck.
That ain't me, goddamn shit.
Like,
that don't sound like me, bitch.
Don't get it twisted. I will shake my yash for everybody. But like, I really don't need people to feel alive and to feel breathing, to breathe or whatever. Like, of course, like, let's be honest, as a human being, you need to have physical contact with people. Like, you need to have that, you know, emotional connection with the people. But like, really and truly, like, I'm an extroverted introvert. Like, I can deal with people, I can deal with not people. It's either or for me.
Honestly, I always hear people talking about introvert, extroverted, but I think lockdown is when I realized that, bruv, I need people. I actually need people. Like, for example, if I'm at home, I'm not one of those girls. I see the babes on Snapchat. It doesn't matter if they're staying at home, they will go and be putting makeup, they'll put eyelash. That's not me, bitch. Even to go to auntie and do my cane where I couldn't do. My hair was out. I was looking like a bum. I know exactly what I was wearing. I was wearing my mom's big mommy. The one that they have, the our rapper. That's how I was coming, and I was naked underneath, and I was enjoying. Everything was flowing.
I wasn't even wearing anything. I was naked the whole time. Absolutely.
Honestly, I can't actually walk around places naked.
I can.
I find it very strange.
No, I don't. I can't to the point naked. I will die happily naked. I'm so sorry. But also, I'm lucky. I live with Gaia. You know Gaia.
Yes.
So between the two of us, we're walking naked, and we're just like we bounce off each other. It's like if I was living with you, it'd be lit. Do you know what I mean?
I feel that. I absolutely feel that. But honestly, sorry, I can't walk around naked. But anyways, being indoors and not even being able to feel like a woman was very, very challenging for me. And I didn't realize first lockdown wasn't so difficult for me. Because I felt like mentally I had grown so much. Like, I actually sat down to take the time to think about what it is that I actually wanted to do with my life, what this lockdown has taught me. I was learning so much. Like, your bitch was learning how to make candles. I don't know why it's weird because everybody during lockdown was learning something mad. Yeah. Like, I was talking to my friend yesterday. He was like, he was learning how to make cocktails. Okay, then the bitches be learning how to do knitting. Like, everyone learned one mad thing.
I know two people, they did cocktails, and now they get booked to do cocktails at parties and events now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, lockdown mentally for me was a place where it was an advancement mentally. It was an advancement for you to grow and progress. And I felt like I learned so much. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if anybody knows who Tony Robbins is, I was sitting down looking at Tony Robbins. He's one of those guys to be like, listen, you gotta have the mind to get to where you wanna get to. And you have to get there and advance. And I was like, yes, Tony Robbins, let's go. So mentally, I was like, I was here. But the second lockdown, I was like, a bitch wants to go out and turn the fuck up. Like, shit, where the niggas at? Where the dark chocolate? Oh yeah. Side note, we're filming this currently on Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
I want to say happy Father's Day to all the dads.
Shout out to my dad. We've had a very
shout out to my dad. And most importantly, I want to say happy Father's Day to all the daddies.
I want boys. I want boys. I want bad niggas. Listen, I do vanilla men too. I do Asian. I don't discriminate. Listen, hey, old man.
I said that. I don't discriminate. It's mad. I don't discriminate, but I feel like only a certain type of man wants me.
No, I can't relate.
Bitch, you definitely can't relate.
I can't relate.
I see you. You really the colours of the rainbow. You really stretching the colours of the rainbow.
As I should. I'm sorry. This one Asian boy that keeps coming to my work and listen. He needs to talk to me at this point. There's another one at work that's Caucasian. Some black.
So you wouldn't mind dating interracially? Absolutely
not. Listen, I went to an all-white school from all my life, basically.
She said, yeah.
In Germany.
Today.
Germany, basically all white. It's Germany's a white country. When I moved to Whitehall, I just wasn't, there wasn't many black people my year in state school. Then in year 4, predominantly white area. Then private school from year 4 upwards, predominantly white school. So I've always been, pushed to the Caucasian. But I love my white men. How y'all doing? Happy Father's Day.
I'm sick. But honestly, I really wouldn't mind dating interracially. Obviously, I love my dark chocolate cocoa looking like Cadbury's milk chocolate
with dark
men.
Cocoa skin and
I love them,
black
but
hair.
I always find myself attracted to people from all races.
Same.
Like I see, there's some white men I see, I'm thinking, Then
like,
there's some
fine,
Asian
fine.
people.
Like, what can I say?
I agree. But the thing is, I feel like as a black woman, I don't know what energy I give off, but I don't feel like.
I feel like there's a certain level of expectancy for one, for black ladies to only date within their race, and then two, there's a level of expectancy that black women don't want to date outside their race.
Oh, that's not me. I want.
Yeah.
I want.
Oh.
Like I actually am really attracted to a lot of guys outside of my race, but I feel like I don't know whether it's my energy or because black women generally, the way we carry ourselves
Like
is
bad
very,
bitches.
we just some badass bitches.
Like really.
And a lot of people who don't understand us don't know how to take that. They misunderstand. And they think that maybe we're being intimidating or we don't like them. But I like you, Abdul, Mohammed. I like you, Jamie. I want you. Ahmed. But I think probably Ahmed. Ahmed. What's your number, Ahmed? What's your number, baby? Come on, baby.
079 me.
I'm telling you.
No, but you know what? It comes down to implicit bias. Like,
bitch. You came with English? Goddamn! Goddamn!
As you said, activist. But no, like, it comes down to implicit bias. We all have implicit bias, of course. But obviously, the main implicit bias that we know is when it comes to race. So people, when they see a black woman, they assume she's threatening, she's rude, she's disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. And that's your implicit bias. Why do you think like that, my nigga?
It's true.
My white brother. Why do you think like that? You think like that because of the things you've been reading and you've heard in social media. You think. But you know that, have you ever spoken to a black woman before and actually had a real conversation and spoke to her or spoken to them before?
I don't know whether you experienced this in Liverpool, but I find that even when guys outside of my race try to approach me, they don't approach me as a beautiful woman. They approach me as a beautiful black woman. So they'll try to come like, oh yeah, do you like a bit of taffeta? Do you like a bit? You know, they try to come with. They try to relate to me.
Yeah,
and
I do see
like,
that.
You like a bit of Davido in it, fam, and it's just like, babe, you don't talk like that on a normal day, babe.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that.
But you know what? For me, is I think even though that I'm gay, I still have to remember I am a black guy,
period,
a black man. So I think it's not as deep, but it is a thing of people don't understand that I'm black sometimes. I get that I was not raised, that's a lie. My environment were constantly in a white area, but I'm very deep rooted in my family.
Period.
Culture. Like, I know who I am. I know the colour of my skin. Not some black people aren't the same as me, but even though I was continuously in white spaces, I never forgot that I was black.
100%.
So sometimes when men move to me, they're like, oh my God, I'm like, you're forgetting I'm black. You're really forgetting. And you know when people say, I don't see colour. Yeah, but you need to see my colour, my nigga. You do, 100%. I feel like it's a thing where you are in a situation where you have two things that you're dealing with. Oh, 100%.
So it's like, okay, yes, I am a gay man, but I'm also a black gay man. Don't ever get that twisted.
The intersectionality is so core and vital.
100%.
So vital.
I'm literally telling you, but yes, I do love my cultural men from anywhere. But what I wanted to talk about today.
Let's go, baby.
Honestly, I'm in thought and I'm quite sad.
Why?
Because Carnival has been cancelled. I'd like to say it again for people who weren't here when we heard the sad news. Carnival has indeed been cancelled. And I don't know how I feel about that.
I know how the fuck I feel. I'm upset. The fuck you mean you don't know how you feel? I'm upset. I really thought skin out under my pom pom. Like,
honestly,
I was listen, last year. So basically, I've gone since not last year. I think I've gone 3 times now. First time was hectic. I was going to work that day, and I didn't go, so I was constantly on the edge. And it was my first time. I was only like 16. Second time I was 17 or 18, and I was just like, my friend was dancing, so we just had to wait for her to finish dancing, and she didn't dance until basically the end. At that point, I was able to go home. It was dark. Third time, I was on a carnival float, so you know, it was lit. Shout out to my girl Nicole Thea, rest in peace. I love you, baby girl.
We love you, baby.
But then, so then I was like, okay, next year I want to go I want to look good. And then they said COVID.
I really had intentions to go.
Like really and truly, and really give them.
COVID was like a cage to me. Let me out. Now they were escaping us. Now they said it's time for you lot to enjoy yourself. I said carnival. And you know what's mad? I don't ever really go to carnival. Really? Let me explain why. I'm not really a fan of bashment. Yeah. Okay, I'll explain. Because honestly, carnival is literally sexual assault galore.
That's what I'm sorry.
Release it, baby.
Release me.
Honestly, carnival is literally a sexual assault hub. Okay. Literally, you'll be minding your business.
Man, let's talk about that.
You'll be minding your business, and somebody's coming to squeeze your bum.
No, really.
And you'll be looking around. Man them.
Let me tell you something right now.
Let me tell you something right now.
Last year you didn't have carnival. This year you won't have carnival. So please, that's giving you 2 years to come with sense. Next year, don't be touching someone else's body. That's not an there's no
It's not on. You cannot be walking around squeezing people's bum.
As in 2022,
and think it's okay. I think at this point, you see how the man then have been locked down. We're giving you a pre-warning. I wouldn't be surprised if the pre-warning wasn't had. That's how they will now be pinching people's vagina. People's vagina on the way. Because no, men are actually, when men are horny, yeah, they do mad things like that. Hey. Let me tell you something, yeah.
Yeah, I can get horny, but I don't
when I was younger, and this is why I have an issue. Not that I have an issue, I love bashment, but it's not the music that's the problem, it's the behavior. Fuck the lyrics for a second, because lyrics these days, everything is about your pussy, you know. Everything is about that pussy. But no, it was the behavior. I remember growing up in bashment. Obviously, Afrobeats at this point wasn't a thing. It was like, it was a thing, but it was just the Nigerians. It was the Nigerians that knew what's up. It wasn't like
the Ghanaians were sometimes there.
They were for
no, because you had Azonto.
Yeah, we had the Azonto. We had those. Okay, so at this point, this is where I grew up. So you would find the dance floor being hella scarce when it was Afrobeats, and everyone went, oh yeah, but there was
no Bobrisky there.
No, there was nothing. And also, like, I'm loving the Afrobeat scene in terms of different cultures, white people, black, Asian people loving our music. But at this point, only us Nigerians loved our music, and the Ghanaians. The dance floor will be scarce.
Very much so.
Then, when the bashment came on, bearing in mind during Afrobeats and all that, all the man them will be lined up like soldiers. They'll be lined up like soldiers on the wall. Trust me, standing, looking, standing, looking. Trust me.
Yes, sir.
Like, as in security.
Sir, yes, sir.
When the bashment came on, if you see
they're looking for nyash.
They're looking for bomb. They're not even looking at him. They're looking to see who's bomb.
No eye contact, bomb and eye contact.
Bomb contact. That one is bomb contact. And I used to think it was so thirsty. Like, I wish the man them saw how they looked.
No, let's talk about it, because I really wish man them because if women acted like the way men did, men would be. I don't even know, because I don't even trust men. I don't even trust my own species. But really, let's talk about it. Like, as in, if men just really put a camera to themselves and rewatch themselves, like, would they understand how truly tremendously stupid and disgusting they look?
It's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace.
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Like, and I used to hate it. And the thing is,
I hate it still to this day.
Baby, I used to purposely stand at the wall because I don't want to be. It's not you that's gonna be having dry sex with me on the dance floor. No.
Then for your prepubescent self to be ejaculating on my bum.
And that's what they did. So disgusting. So I'll be standing at the wall and minding my business, and still yet, what? You're not gonna dance, no? You're not gonna dance, no?
Why would I dance with you? Go and dance with your mother. It's your mother that wants to dance.
If you don't, nigga, get out of here, for real. I don't want to dance, goddammit. I don't want to dance. Shit. Like, you be standing at the wall minding your business. Oh, what? Not gonna dance, no?
If I'm not gonna dance, will I not be dancing?
Would I not be in the dance?
I not be dancing?
I'm not. I've left the dancery. You're still asking me stupid question. But that's actually has put me in a PTSD for bashment.
See, but then again, this is where we have to take this step between me and you, where we have to differentiate. Okay. I am a black guy. I'm a guy. I'm not a woman. I don't have those experiences of man them trying to run to me, where the nyash, listen, when they see me, they're like, yeah, you're gay and you're skin out your pump, your back up your waistline and everything like that, but
even when I went to Afro Nation, I'm sorry, I feel like as I've gotten older, I've got a bit more thug. Because if you're still,
I feel like a lot of women have.
You have to, because the thing is, if
you have to tell them, I'm gonna fuck you up, man. Like, if you keep touching, I'm gonna fuck you up.
You have to. The voice has to go a bit deep. You fuck it down. Like you have to go a bit deep.
My nigga, I'll fuck you up. Listen, this, I got your number.
I need to bring you a security for real. But I was in Afro Nation, yeah. There was this random boy. I was in my family. I went Afro Nation with my family, yeah.
I think that. Oh, you mean your sisters?
My sisters, basically. All the girls. No, not the man there. Fuck them.
Only Elijah.
No, Elijah was not there. Fuck him. No, Elijah, I love you, Elijah.
But your white girlfriend.
Bitch. But I was in Afro Nation, and there was this one particular guy, and he was just walking around, not squeezing. He was doing.
That's good.
He was actually.
He said that he's talking to book back.
He was actually slapping girls' bum, and he slapped my bum. Honestly, this is what. Honestly, he walked past me. He slapped my bum. I went like this. I pulled him back. I said, "Hello, excuse me." Obviously, you know when they look at your system, the confidence is big. I said, I pulled him back. I said, "Hello, excuse me." I said, "You don't do that." Like I went mummy on him. I said, "You don't do that. You don't do that." You know when you have to mummy some niggas because they don't hear.
Did your mother not give you enough breast milk?
They don't hear. Can you please stop it? You have to say, "You don't do that."
You knock them on their nose.
You have to flick their lips. You don't do that.
My auntie, she said. My auntie's just from where she's from. I can't remember. I think she was South. Anyway, she used to have these long acrylic nails back in the day. On my ear.
You know it's actually so rude for people to flick you. You don't do that. But yeah, Afro Nation was absolutely crazy. Like, I actually like that energy. I don't find the whole touching and unprovoked touching when it's Afrobeats. It's only when it's bashment. So that's kind of what put me off the whole bashment scene. Why would you be touching me when I'm shaku-shakuing with him? Are you crazy?
Do I elbow you if you come too close?
No, sorry, because what really and truly, like, I'm not even trying to be rude, yeah, but obviously this man, what is really sexy about Afrobeats? Listen,
when it's with kids, I'll get with kids.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And you're doing
nah. But Essence is not hard Afrobeats.
No, it's not, but it's still Afrobeats.
What you're doing, your zanku, and your face is doing this.
What you're doing, Bonner Boy, or you're doing Mubono Feli me about you long gone.
Don't hit me, cause I'm hotter than you. Come on, I'm hotter than you. Mubono Feli.
Oh, Oliver, I will knock you out.
Honest,
I'll knock you out.
You can't chat to me during Afrobeats because by the time I finish doing this, you're shot.
I'll knock you out. Don't stand next to me.
Don't stand.
Even bashment, the way my hip will just throw you to the left.
Just
leave me alone. Also, if I don't invite you to dance with me, don't dance with me. Really, as a somewhat professional dancer, let me not say somewhat, as a professional dancer with credentials, don't come next to me unless I take you to dance, because some of you don't have
you don't want to disgrace them. You don't want to you actually disgrace themselves.
You disgrace yourself. Don't do that. Please.
I see some people on their dance music, and I'm just saying, you know what? It's about the vibe.
It's the vibe.
As long as you enjoying yourself, baby. That's as long as you enjoy yourself.
As long as you enjoy yourself.
It's all about you, baby.
That's all that matters, my love.
But yeah, some people, like, to be honest, it's not my place to tell people that they can't dance.
It's my place, but I won't tell them, Shaq. I will say it, just not to them. Bitch, look at that bitch over there.
And you know what? Some friends are bad because it's one of those things where they can't dance.
I tell all my friends that can't dance. If they can't dance, I tell my friends.
Listen, I have a 60% rule. People laugh at me at this. But especially if you know you can't dance, keep it at 60%.
Don't go 100.
Don't start doing all of this and start waving.
Oh my god, did you see my story? My private story yesterday or the day before?
No.
My friend went to 100 and I call him Bubblehead. Because this bitch is so lanky, but his head is like the size of, like a lollipop.
Oh baby.
So skinny, but such a big head. And he was going the other day, but he was just doing that. He was at a 40.
Just
he was at a 10. And then he got drunk. The liquor don't hit his system. He went to 100. God. I said, go bubble, because I call him Bubble now because he's a bubblehead. So I can go bubble. He was dancing. I said, baby, you should have said that 40. But I love it. Because I was drunk too. I was entertaining the rubbish. I was absolutely entertaining the rubbish.
And I hate people like you because why you be entertaining bullshit?
Because I can dance. I like to laugh at people.
You so fake.
I am.
You so fake.
I'm the most fakest, realest bitch you'll ever meet. Because I say this is what I say to people. If I like you, you would. If I like you, I'm horrible to you. If I'm nice to you, that's when you should be scared. I'm not nice to people.
Oh God.
Like, how many times I cuss you out in a day?
It's true, you do be.
Yeah.
I remember you called me a fat bitch one day. I was like, God damn, I need to go to the gym, shit. I need to go, shit.
But how many times did you mean to me when I was friends with Steve?
Not him. Not him.
Listen, do you know how many times you cuss me out then? Listen, if I cuss you out, just know I love you deeply.
No, it's true. There's some people like that.
If I'm nice to you, it means I'm nice to you out of
you're fake ass bitch.
No, out of etiquette.
So it's not fake, it was etiquette.
It's etiquette.
I hear that. I hear that.
Politeness.
It's true. That, but generally, there's some. If I'm being honest, there's some people you can't tell the truth to, anyways. Because even if you, even respectfully, you want to tell the truth to them, they'll get so upset.
No, because let's talk about this. This is a little bit of a we're changing the conversation here a little bit. But so obviously we know what's going on in Liverpool. Shout out to my Liverpool people at the moment. There's a lot of hate crimes and a lot of hate on our LGBTQ brothers and sisters. 3 people have come forward at the moment. About 4 people have come out at the moment with their violent, unfortunate pictures where they've been beaten up by homophobic people. And there's so many other people that I know who have been affected but have not come out on social media. And of course, hate crimes aren't, you know, something new. They've always been going on when it comes in the black community within race and obviously when it comes to sexuality. Anyways, and I put on my story, guys, please, at this point, please put trigger warnings and don't just repost pictures for the sake of posting it. At this point, it's embarrassing. Please tell me why someone came into my DM saying, so then what I was doing was I was commenting under people's stories, being like, trigger warning please next time, just to let them know. Unfortunately, which is so sad, but some people don't actually know what a trigger warning is. When you watch Geordie Shore, or Only Way is Essex, they always put beforehand, the scenes you're about to see next are going to have flashing images, or they're going to have loads of alcohol and drinking and swearing to tell you what's going to happen. The trigger warning is before you show what's going to happen. Anyways, and then this guy said to my DM, he came to my DM saying, how dare you call me embarrassing, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, baby boy.
Rest.
And this is what I mean, like, some people don't know how to take criticism. Also, I never called you embarrassing. I said, it's embarrassing, meaning pertaining to the situation at hand, that people don't know how to trigger warning. It's embarrassing. And also, you should be embarrassed, actually, if you're not trigger warning your pictures. As a gay person, as an LGBTQ member, who is not putting trigger warning behind these gory images, people blood, bleeding everywhere around their face, beat up. I'm sorry, as a black, gay, queer person, I am desensitized. I can handle single things. But at the end of the day, the whole of last year's summer was a lot. Being a black person, let's talk about that. It was a lot. Now you want to do the same thing as a year later with gay people and queer people. Listen, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
2 summers in a row, bitch. A bitch is done out here. Let me breathe. So please, a trigger warning goes a long way. And 100%. There are some people that need that trigger warning because they've been in that position before.
Absolutely, and literally I was just about to say that not everyone can deal with things like you can deal with them. You need to understand that some people that have had experiences that if they see something that maybe relates or even triggers a memory, it can drive them mad. I feel like, especially on social media, you need to understand that you are responsible for other people. Everything that you put out there, you are responsible for the people who are viewing and your followers. 100%. So you can't be putting people being beat up because of hate crime and not let people know that, okay, guys, if you've ever experienced this, you might not want to watch this.
And I understand that, you know, it's important that we see this. It is important. But at the end of the day, for a lot of people like me, like you, it's nothing new. We understand hate crimes. As a black person, as black people, we understand what hate crimes are. We know what they are. We don't need to see that anymore. Whereas you Caucasians might need to still see it. People who aren't black, non-black people might still need to see that. They're not aware. And the same with non-queer people. They might not understand the level of the intensity of these hate crimes, which is fair enough. So people do need to see these pictures and these things, but a trigger warning goes a long way, and that's the same when it comes to rape, when it comes to race, when it comes to sexuality. And not just those 3 things, anything that's sensitive. Fucking epilepsy, bitch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, anything that can somewhat affect someone in a negative manner needs a trigger warning.
100%. I feel like, sadly, generally, social media has made us a lot desensitized to a lot of things. And I feel like it's scary because things that are actually real problems, we will look at it, we will see it as another story, and then we'll be like, okay, well, you know, next, let me look at Shade Bar and see what's good. And I feel like it's scary because I'm finding constantly that there are these hot topics, Black Lives Matter, different situations where it's like it's a trend and then it's forgot about. And I find that very, very scary, because just because social media is not talking about it doesn't mean that it doesn't still exist. And in this situation, in terms of the hate crime in Liverpool towards gay people, it's something that has been reoccurring over and over again. But now it's like it's the hot topic, and I don't want it to be a case where it's like, oh yes, let's do something about it now, let's all talk about it, and then after that it disappears. And I remember you were saying a lot of things in terms of there are people who haven't even come out that have suffered from this stuff. They haven't come out and they're suffering in silence. So I'm really concerned about generally social media and just the desensitization of just bad news.
And same thing with the Palestinians.
Yeah.
It's so surreal. And when, literally before the protest that I led last summer, I literally made a YouTube video. I was like, I am scared because I have just seen someone being murdered. Rest in peace, George Floyd. I had literally seen a video of him dying, being brutally murdered, and I didn't feel anything as a human being. Scary. As human beings, I'm sorry. I know we're animals, but we are one of the few species that can talk and communicate and have technology and things. We shouldn't be able to see someone die and feel nothing.
It's so normalized.
And that triggered my head. Like that sent me left, because I shouldn't feel like that. No one should feel like that. If you see someone die, you should go left. You should go left. When my head didn't go left, I was just like, okay. And I think that's so scary. I think that's why, me personally, I don't follow celebrities. I don't follow shade accounts, because that lifestyle, that whole other essence of a world can drive you to a distant reality. I like to be grounded. I only follow people that I like and inspire me or motivate me or I fuck with. And I think it's important, because if we aren't following these things and these people that are actually, you know, real and, you know, real ass bitches, then we get dragged into another world that's not real, a dystopian sort of world. And it's like, no, life is really lifing out here behind these cameras, behind these bloggers. And it sucks. Like, there's so many people online that are just so fake. Let's call it spade what it is. Let's call it spade what it is. Like, spade is spade. Like, a lot of people are fake. People don't understand that literally life is life. For example, there was a girl who went to my university. She just graduated last summer, and she never talks about issues. Blah, blah, blah. She wants to be a blogger. She's almost at 10K followers. Love to her. Congratulations. But, like, she only posts about clothes. And I said to her, like, babes, you always repost white girls. You say you're for the black people, blah, 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 but you only post white people. That's an issue. And then the other day she posted about acne awareness. Here we go. In the middle of the homophobic hate crimes, this is what you want to talk about. Oh, I know your skin, let's be honest, skin can be an insecurity, but read the room.
Bitch, acne? Shit, goddamn, not acne.
Read the room.
I mean, there is so much happening in the world.
And you want to do acne awareness? Come on now. I understand your skin is your insecurity, but read the room. Leave that on your private story, my love. Your fans don't care about you that much. They don't.
Not for acne, bitch. Not for definitely acne, but you highlighted something. I think generally with social media, you really have to protect your mind. Like, there is just so much negativity out there. You have to really consciously make that decision that I want to detach myself from all the things that do not help my well-being. It could be overwhelming. I mean, I remember I was seeing your story and I was so concerned about you, because when you're talking about the homophobic attacks in Liverpool, there was such a fear in you. And I was like there was because you were like, I don't know what I'm gonna do if that's gonna happen to me.
See, here's the thing. And for me, it's very different for me, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I don't have a fear, and I'll tell you why I don't have a fear in a minute. But at the end of the day, like I said in my story, if somebody wants to hurt me because of the way I look, dress, or act, they are going to. If somebody has a knife and they want to stab me, they will stab me.
Right?
Do you know what I mean? If somebody wants to slap me on my left cheek, they will slap me on my left cheek. I can't stop someone from doing what they want to do. But my response and my reaction is what I can control. Because at the end of the day, best believe it, a bitch ain't changing for nobody. Period. The reason why my fear isn't there, non-existent, and the way I'm resilient it's because of the things I've had to go through in my life. I was bullied from 6, 7, 8 upwards to at least 16, 17.
Wow.
Right, that's a long time, and it only got worse and worse, gradually worse and worse. From 15 to 17, I genuinely thought my parents didn't love me, and that fucks a child up, left, like completely. When you genuinely think your parents don't love you, and it's so bad, but you eventually become this huge like person. You're like, well, fuck it. If the two people that brought me into this world and created me can't love me, bitch, then I'm good. Because then it becomes, why should I give a fuck about what anyone else thinks? The two people that literally raised me, birthed me, created me, don't love me. They do, but I felt like they didn't love me. Then I'm like, shit. And I'm alone in this world. You basically feel alone in this world. And when you feel alone in the world, you're like, well, for me, some people feel defeated. I felt, well, bitch, I got dreams and goals to catch. Fuck these two niggas that don't want me. I'ma still do my shit. I'ma still work hard. I'ma still get to where I want to get to. Some people, unfortunately, don't have that way of thinking, but I did. And that made me 10 times more stronger.
Honestly, I love that. And I think something that is so beautiful about your story is that your weakness creates strength for somebody else. Your story creates strength for somebody else. So I'm just speechless at the moment because I absolutely love the fact that you share that, because it's something that a lot of people go through where they're struggling with who they are and they don't have that support system like they don't have the support system, and on top of that you constantly have the world criticizing you, judging you, not even just the world but also your household. But you know what, the beautiful story of this, like you said, is that you are coming into a place and you are sharing this stage right now to share your story for somebody else to feel relieved. And that's so important. I want you to share right now, if there's anything in terms of any charities or any helplines that can help the people in Liverpool right now, I'd love you to share.
The city thing, it's a global thing, and that's the problem. But yeah, I quickly want to shout out Gyro Liverpool, LGBTQ youth group. They are currently also helping anyone who wants to help report a crime in Liverpool. So please do get in touch with their Instagram, Gyro Liverpool. That's GYROLIVERPOOL. If you would like someone to give you some support in reporting crimes, any hate crimes. That's the only one off the top of my head, but of course we will leave it in the link below, or follow my Instagram, KOLADE'S.
Yes, baby, we're gonna have your Instagram up. What? You thought I was gonna have your Instagram up, bitch? Oh God, they need to know you, baby. They need to know you, baby.
Yeah, I'll put all the links there that I find and all the things. But sending love and support to anyone who's ever been a victim of any sort of hate crime or any sort of violence against them. We love you, we support you. Your story will never be unheard.
100%. We acknowledge you and we love you. And we are here to have a motherfucking good time with you. So, do you know what? There's one thing I wanted to talk about though. Not to just change the subject swiftly, but honestly, I know that was quite a deep one. But I want to bring the spirits up, you know. Thank God that I'm so happy that you are here to talk about this, because it's something that's so important, and I feel like this platform should be used to highlight important information, important things that's happening. As well, not the drinky poo, bitch. Right, so I was minding my business as I do, because I do tend to mind my business.
Always, as you should.
So I was looking on Shade Bar and Anthony Joshua was saying something on Snapchat, and Shade Bar managed to pick it up. Okay. And he was saying that basically that children should start paying rent.
Should?
Yes, he said they should.
Children of how old?
He didn't specify the age, but he said children should start paying rent towards their household bills. Children, as in their children. I'm not saying young children, but you know, mummy and daddy's children.
Okay, yeah.
They should start. And I wanted to know how you felt about that.
Okay, so boom. I was having this very conversation with my friend literally yesterday. And so boom. So Gaia, my friend, turns 23 next weekend.
23 with a skinny tea, baby. I mean.
And she moved out her house. She graduated last summer. She's been living at home. She's been living in Liverpool ever since. Cool. My brother is turning 24 in September.
24, say no more. Sorry, I can't help it.
And he doesn't pay rent.
He doesn't?
Does not. My friend's brother.
Does he work?
He does.
Okay.
No, bro, niggas in this house. Listen, and the Ladipo, none of us are broke apart from my sister. That bitch. Oh, she's the youngest one. She's my younger twin sister. But anyway, we don't talk about her. We love you, sis. We know you're getting your job on Tuesday, so congratulations. Have first ever job. Everyone give us a round of applause.
Yes, sis. Congratulations for the new job.
And then my friend's brother is also turning 26. Second baby on the way. Still lives at home. No rent. And what I think is, I personally believe, and this is the way my parents have raised me, when you get to a certain age and a certain pay bracket, your parents should no longer be providing for you.
Okay.
I am 21. I make my own money.
21 and we have a lot of fun.
As we should. That's how I got my little ring, Gabo. And I'm at the space in my life where I'm almost ready to start giving back to my parents monthly. For example, my parents, they give money to their parents back home in Nigeria. Whenever, monthly, if they can afford it. So when it comes to rent, me personally, I stay in Liverpool a lot. Last year I stayed in Liverpool for 8 months straight. This year I've been in Liverpool since January till June, now we're in. So they asked me to pay rent for a house I'm not living in, basically. And also they threw my bed away. My brother now has a double bed in our bedroom. But I do think there comes a certain point where you get to an age where, are you not embarrassed to ask your mum for £20 for a bus or a train fare? Like, you can't be doing that. I think paying rent comes with your relationship with your parents. For example, my father specifically hates us giving back to him because he knows we're still not financially stable. None of us have like a 9-to-5 job. None of us have graduate jobs. I'm still in education. My sister is literally graduating this summer. Congratulations. But she still wants to continue her education. She wants to be a lawyer. My brother, still in education, still in uni. Like, none of us are graduates yet. So none of us can afford a lifestyle where we pay rent constantly. I mean, I still pay my rent at uni, so, you know. But if you're at home and you've got a job, I understand saving your money, but groceries, like for example, at home now, my mum says like, you lot really shouldn't be expecting me to pay groceries anymore because I'm the only one who's eating the food. And on top of that, my mum doesn't really cook for us anymore like that. She taught me and my brother, my sister especially, me and my sister how to cook. We know how to cook amala, we know how to cook F4, we know how to cook stew, we know how to cook okra, we know how to cook jollof rice, we know how to fry it, we know how to cook all the staple foods. Yeah. Spaghetti, bolognese, all of that, lasagna, we know how to cook that food. Come on. So why should my mum be cooking for us at a big age? So then why should we even ask her to pay for the food?
Honestly, I'm going to keep it 100, yeah. And I literally agree with everything that you're saying in terms of there should be some sort of responsibility that you have within yourself that it's like, I need to start putting into the family funds, essentially. But my issue is, this is what my issue is. Okay, let me tell you one end of the spectrum. One end of the spectrum is that if you're living at home and you're not paying any sort of bills, you're not paying any grocery, you need to get the fuck up. Don't be a bum. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't be a bum. Like honestly, it should be in your heart to contribute to something. Whether that's electricity, whether that's food, whether that's even the council tax or whatever it is. Petrol.
I don't drive, so I will not be.
You should want to contribute to something. But then you have the other end of the spectrum where there are parents who find it's almost like it's a mandatory duty for their child. And then you now have to, every month you have to bring £400.
Oh, see, my dad's the opposite of that spectrum.
I have a friend recently actually that her mum takes £400 from her every month. Direct DD yo. D and D from her every month to live in the same house that she has been brought up in all her life. That one doesn't make sense to me. There are some parents that have
done like 400.
400. Let's see, £400 to your mum, or in the same room that you've been squatting in all your life. That room.
The room goes.
Not that.
No, be new house, new apartment, new champagne. Same room.
The same room. The same single bed.
Not single bed.
The same single bed. The single bed. £400 a month. That one. My good sis was telling me. I just said,
baby girl, I'm sorry.
I am so sorry. It's this mandatory thing. I don't feel like it should be a duty. Let me highlight. I don't think it should be a duty for the child to pay rent to their parents. It's not fair. Example,
my father tries to give me £30 when he can a month. Financially, that's not actually.
That's Nando's, bitch.
That's not realistic.
Yeah.
As in, £30 lasts me for
a month. Is your dad still in the 1990s? What does he think taxi partner is going to do for you? Do you know what? Hold on, no, side note. How come Nigerian daddies be doing this? Because my dad be sending me £50 thinking it's going to fucking do something. God damn, what is £50 going to do, daddy?
Also, he tries to give it to me weekly. It ends up happening bi-monthly. Sometimes it's more regular than others. I'm not complaining because I always say to him, I even say to my mom, like, you guys really don't have to. Because it'll go through your just for your food, groceries, blah blah blah. You know, I was like, fair enough, yeah, fair enough. I was like, they're trying to shout, but I'm like, I don't expect it. But my dad said, you're still a student. You're still a young. Technically, I know my parents always say, Kolade, we know you don't come home. We know you don't have to come home, but you're still a child. You're still a student. And I listen to it like yes, I'm 21. I'm a grown and having fun, but I'm still a child. I'm still a student. Like,
sure.
Like I'm as much as grown as I am and as mature as I am, I'm still a child. And I'll always be my child. I'll always be a child to my parents. Like,
it's very interesting, especially when you're talking about Nigerian household. There's always this kind of juxtaposition between, oh, the child is 18, so I'm releasing responsibility from them, but at the same time, I still want to maintain a certain, this person must respect me in a way that is still a child. She can't have choices. He can't have choices. Whatever I say goes, but at the same time, you're 18 now, you're not grown enough. I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that, but you're still a child, you have to respect me.
Still living in my roof. It's
Mommy, daddy, pick a side.
Mom, dad, if you're listening to this, I love you, but please and truly, and this is what I want to do with my own kids. It has to be an open conversation. It has to be, because I think that's a lot of things there's a misunderstanding between African parents and African children, especially first generation.
God damn, yeah.
It's like, y'all want us to be grown so bad, and then when we act grown in other aspects, for example, we have to be grown in cooking food, eating, paying groceries, whatever, blah, 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 all that things there. You know, acting grown, doing the laundry, even though we've been doing that since we were a child. But listen, washing dishes since I was 5. My mum will tell you she bought a stool for all of us, and we were stamping on that stool.
Yes, the stool, yes.
Absolutely.
You know about the stool?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
You know, from IKEA with a little
it wasn't even a smooth stool. It was one of the jaggy.
Oh
my God.
But, so we've been, like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's something we've been in since 5. So, like, when we got to 18, it was just all of that intensified. But when it comes to, like, you want to be leaving my house at this time, or kiniko at this time.
So you're a big girl now.
Exactly.
You're grown.
Okay, Kolade. And it's like, and for me, listen, I don't know what it is. Also, mums and dads, yeah? So a lot of people like to think that the youngest child gets away with loads of stuff. No, not in our household. In our household, it was very much, if you're the young one, you still have to respect. My brother, who's the older one, he can back chat, he can have a conversation, he can argue. Me, when it's argue, you want to fight me. Kolade, want to fight me. Now you want to beat me. Mom, I'm
because you're a big boy now.
No, actually, I'm trying to have a...
Is it because you have iPhone 11?
I'll be 12. I'll be 19. Oh, because now you're in Liverpool, you don't come home anymore. You want to be screaming at me on the phone. No, Mom, I just want to have a reasonable conversation with you. The same way you did with my brother. Also, if I spoke to my mum the way my brother spoke to her, like, and that's frustrating because, like, I just want to have a normal conversation. Yeah. I think if parents, especially African parents, took their ego aside for 2 seconds and understood where their child was coming from,
100%.
My parents could really understand what I'm trying to say.
I find it funny how when you are trying to fight for yourself, it's disrespect.
Right.
That's so it's just so weird. If you disagree with the comment made, if you disagree with the statement made, it's disrespect. Why is it disrespect the fact that I have an opinion that is against yours?
That's the issue. They're not parents are not, and I think this is what it is. Parents, especially sometimes African parents, try to mold their child, their children, into doctors, lawyers, or whatever, and they mold them and grow. Literally, let me tell you something about my mum, especially my mum. Actually, let me tell you something about John and Mary.
Not John and Mary, God damn it.
John and Mary, Twin and Yinka, they did a wonderful job on KOLADE, Lanre, and BABYYYY. When I tell you, all three of us were very respectful people. We get it all the time. My parents did a very, very, very good job when it comes to respect, manners, basic human decency. My parents did an amazing job.
They did. Look at you, baby. You so hot. Thank you, Yinka and Toyin. You're so cool.
They really did it. I will always commend them. I always tell them they did an amazing job raising us three, right? And I think whilst molding us, they expected us to be a certain way, especially when it came to this, that, and that. But what you have to remember is, baby, mama, papa, I am a human being with my own brain, my own opinion, my own thoughts, and eventually, and I think it's not just African, but just parents in general. You have to be ready, not even ready. You have to understand that there's a time where your child has that switch where they will start disagreeing with you, not intentionally, but just because of their life experience.
You get to make your own choices at a certain time. You have life experiences that even your parents do not know about that will make you differ in your mindset to them.
100%. Especially with all the things I said before about why I went through that. My mum and dad don't understand that I do not need to call them once a week. I can go 3 months not talking to my parents, call me like, what's good?
But honestly, that's not your fault, because the foundation that was set is the result of why you treat them or why you feel like you have that distance. So that's not your fault. And I feel like a lot of parents don't realize that the relationship that you have with your parent now is a result of how they set the foundation, because essentially they're your genesis, they're your beginning, they're the ones that brought you up, they're the ones that trained you. So if their priority at that time was not for you to have a close bond, and now you're of age and you don't have that close bond, that's not your fault. That is theirs. That is theirs.
I try and explain to people so much, I don't think people understand it, but you have categorically said it how it's in my head. Like, and it was like I said, the two people who gave you life, brought you into this world, created you, biologically speaking, and are supposed to raise you together or not together. We don't discriminate single households. The people that were meant to raise me and set my foundations. And here's the thing, this is what I don't, like my mum always says, there's no handbook on being a parent.
100%. One thing I want to say to you is that those experiences that you've been through mold you into the person you are. Sure. They shaped you and they turned you into this beautiful person. I never take what I have known or what have experiences as negative. Never. Even if the situation at the time is negative, because now I am so secure in who I am. I am so grateful for those experiences, because those are what brought me to being Joyce. That's what brought me to being somebody who is strong, someone who is like you, who can see, like when we were talking about the whole thing that's happening in Liverpool, and you can say that, you know what, this is going on with my people, but I'm not scared because I've seen worse and I've experienced.
My goodness, thank you so much for having me.
Do you know what? Thank you for coming.
Of course, you know we would have
it was only right for you to be here on episode 1. But I want to say thank you so much, guys. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and comment. What is your takeaway of this episode? What have you learned from this episode? Because there has been so much. So what have you learned from this episode? Comment below. I'm going to be replying to every single person. Every single person. And I want to say thank you for experiencing this with me. Thank you for listening. Please follow Mr. KOLADE on all social medias. And we'll be back again.
My socials are at
It's gonna be. Why did you fucking ruin? It's gonna be up. This is technology. It's gonna be up as you're talking. It's gonna be up on the thing, but make sure you follow him. It's gonna be on the, what is it? What do they call it? The subscription, the box. It's gonna be on the box. But thank you so much. This is episode 1. I'ma see you lot again. We go again. Episode 2 is gonna be epic. Don't miss out.